What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. I have a question for you guys, and it is on quarterback Desmond Ridder. Is he the best quarterback in this year's draft class? Give me your answer down below in the comment section. I'll give you my answer probably around the midway mark in this video, somewhere around there, but stick around to the end and let's get right into it. So, the idea for this video came from Bleacher Report writer Gary Davenport, and the title of his article is Desmond Ridder could be 2022 NFL Draft's best quarterback, even over Malik Willis. Now, I think that's a trick question. Entering Malik Willis's name brings the clicks, brings the eyes to the articles. I understand that, but adding his name specifically kind of makes it a trick question for me, and I'll answer that. And I'll give you the answer, or basically around the same time I give you the answer to is Ridder the best quarterback in this class. So they kind of go hand in hand, right? But before we get into that, let's talk about Desmond Ridder a little bit and his trajectory, to where he's at now. So after the before I go there, after the college football playoffs, they lost to Bama. He was ranked probably around the third or fourth best quarterback in his class. Carson Strong was pretty high up there. Malik Willis has been around the 2 or 3 mark, but a lot of people were kind of mild on Ridder, and then once the Senior Bowl hit, he performed well there, and from that point, from the Senior Bowl on, his name has been taken off like a rocket, and everybody who was kind of mild on him went back and saw the tape. They like him a bit more, his name started buzzing. Then he met with NFL scouts and coaches and stuff at the combine, and they love him to death. Found out they love him to death. He has a plan worked out in his head. He even told coaches he has a plan. Whoever drafts him to beat out a veteran quarterback and start from day one. So they like him. He's saying all the right things. Smart guy. And going to his play style and going to his size a little bit. He's 6'3", 6'3" and a half. He was listed as about 6'5", so a little bit shorter than advertised, but still nice height. He needs a little bit more weight on him, but he has good speed. He ran a 4.49, good speed for his size. He's mobile, but not a mobile quarterback. He looks to run first. Good in the play action, good strong arm. Accuracy is a little inconsistent, but it's not too bad to where it's a super red flag, but it's definitely a red flag there. So he's an overall good prospect. The best thing, not the best thing, but the thing he had to work on the most, to me personally, is gaining weight, which is normal for college quarterbacks. Gain some more weight over the next couple of years, or make weight/muscle, and then also to work on his inconsistency with his accuracy. Those are the main 2 problems. But other than that, he's pretty solid, right? So on to my answer to is he the best quarterback in this draft class, even over Malik Willis? Yes, he definitely is. Best quarterback from the definition of a quarterback, for sure, he's the best quarterback. But you have to consider Malik Willis, even though they're not the same player, you have to put them in the same category as a Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson, who are not just your pure quarterbacks, like your Tom Brady's, Rodgers, Burrows, Trevor Lawrence. They're they're not pure quarterbacks per se, but they aren't the freakish athletes that those guys like the Vic Lamar Jacksons are and were. Malik Willis is fit in that category. So yes, he will be a better quarterback by definition than Malik Willis, I believe personally. But I have Malik Willis going 2 overall to the Detroit Lions. I personally think that you can categorize Willis, Lamar Jackson, Vic, and everyone of that ilk until he stops stops running the way he does or did in college and focus on staying in the pocket more. He has to be kind of a football player. You know what I'm saying? He's more of a football player in that realm more than a straight up pure quarterback. So yes, Ridder will be better quarterback than Malik Willis, but that doesn't mean he'll be a better football player than Malik Willis. So that's the kind of tricky part. Lamar Jackson isn't a pure quarterback. He's a football player who plays quarterback as of right now until that changes. No offense, no disrespect, but it is what it is, being honest, right? So I think the real question should be in the person who I believe has the best shot to overthrow Ridder that no one's talking about, a name I mentioned earlier, And the funny thing is, they kind of switched spots. Carson Strong. Carson Strong was number one, number two guy heading after the college football playoffs. And his name has just dropped. He's probably about 4 or 5 now. I think off of pure quarterbackness, he could beat Ritter in the career long run. Depends on where he goes. It depends on where everyone goes in the coaching and their mindset and their desire to be better. But if you give them all equal opportunity, I think Carson Strong has the mechanics, has the build, has the talent to be a better pure quarterback than Desmond Ritter. So that's the tricky thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think they should, I think in reality, the question should be a little bit different. Malik Willis was added, like I said earlier, for the looks, for the views, for the what, for the hype, because Malik Willis is not a pure quarterback right now. And like I said in my prior videos involving Malik Willis, I think he's a better thrower than Lamar Jackson is right now. And Lamar worked on being better, which is great. Love him for that. But Malik Willis is ahead of him right now in the throwing department, or they're about equal. So if you give Malik Willis the desire that Lamar Jackson had to get better, Malik can work himself out of being a NFL player or just a player at quarterback and be a pure quarterback who can run like Desmond Ritter, like Trevor Lawrence, like other guys like that in that mold, who has good speed, good agility, and can run as well. So, it's tricky. It's a tricky subject, but I think one day Malik could get there. If I were to bank on it, no, because if you're a running quarterback like Vic, like Lamar, you're more comfortable doing the dual threat thing half of the time for the most, or around half. Most of these guys, Lawrence, Burrow, they don't run as much as these freak athlete guys do because they don't have to. Vic, I'm a Falcons fan. Vic had to run. Vic had a cannon for an arm, a laser for an arm. Vic had one of the better arms NFL's ever seen that no one talks about. But Vic just wanted to run. He didn't see looks that he liked. He didn't feel comfortable reading the field sometimes. As he said himself, he didn't know how to read the field sometimes. He just knew he could run and he ran. So Lamar, I'm sure, is the same way or in a similar way. Similar to Vic. And Malik have shown the same things. When the pocket breaks down a little bit, he's trying to stay sometimes, but most of the time he gone. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're going with your best asset. And I'm just saying the question should be a little bit different if you're being realistic. Just keep the question as, is Ritter the best quarterback in this year's draft class? That's it. Don't add Malik Willis in because you're pinpointing him. You're going off the hype. Now, if you want me to really answer the question, I think Carson Strong has the best shot. So that's my personal answer, long-winded answer, but I wanted to get in detail how I felt about it. I like most of these prospects. I like Sam Howell a lot. I like Pickett. He's cool. But yeah, but it is cool to see Ritter, go from maybe third or fourth ranked in this class to now 1 or 2. Because people did not like him going on after the college football playoffs. They were really mixed on him, really mixed reviews, and now people still acknowledge he's mixed reviews, but they still say he might be the best because they went back and saw the tape. He wasn't as bad as people thought. He wasn't as inaccurate as people thought. Whether the system holding him back some, we don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I do believe in most of these guys. They might not be great, but I think a lot of these guys can be serviceable, can be pretty good. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.